I'm Triton Mercury Pro Bradley Roy, and I'm going to give you a few tips on how to drive your boat fast. First thing, you got to have your PFD on. Next step after your PFD is your kill switch. Another key to driving these boats at higher speeds is this hot foot. For a safety feature, if I was to come out of the boat and my foot was to come off that throttle, it comes back to an idle speed, which becomes safer than if it was still at full throttle. Another important feature to getting the most performance out of your boat is using the trim. Obviously, when you take off, you want it all the way trimmed down. It helps get your boat on plane faster. Before I get on plane, I've got my motor trimmed all the way down and give it throttle. Then once on plane, I begin to trim it up, and that raises the bow of my boat up and allows me to gain speed. Once up on pad and I begin to trim it up, the boat's gonna lift. That's what you want it to do, and it's gonna get up on that pad that Triton has designed us to run on. It's a very small pad, and as the water hits that pad at different angles, the boat will begin to rock almost, and that's called chine walk. Now when that happens, don't freak out. Most boats do it, and if you're doing that, that means you're probably getting that boat where it needs to be at. But it's just gonna take a little seat time. You need to counteract that with the steering wheel. Once you've done that a few times, you're gonna have that boat blazing down the water. The biggest key to driving a boat at high speeds is being aware of your surroundings. Most accidents happen when someone's focused on driving the boat fast and is not sure what's going on around them, and they end up running into another boat or something on the bank. So be sure what's around you before you take off. Know the wind conditions, know the lake conditions, and understand what type of water you're going to be running through. Once you get your Triton screaming down the water and everything's good, you've figured out that chine walk, now you've got to be aware of what's happening on the water, because wind or wake can mess with you. You know, it can potentially create a dangerous situation. So you've got to be aware of those random wakes that can come from other boats, or it can come from wind if you come around a corner where the wind is hitting. So be prepared for that. And what I do when I come up on that is I immediately start to trim down and slow up, because you don't want to hit that with all your boat out of the water and every bit of speed you have. So just trim down, take the wake, and then you can get back up on pad and get back up to speed. So guys, as always, be safe out there, but my motto is be fast out there. So get to the fish before the other guy in a Triton and catch more.